I'm back, and I realized that I'm really not in a miniature studio. I'm in a real shed with a lot of things that you need to maintain your house rather than paint miniatures. But I managed to collect all the things that we need. We need a marker, a knife, a little bucket of water, a little jar of water, a really ugly brush and a smaller ugly brush, PVA glue, and a spare bottle in case we run out. And finally, a miniature, like a little dude that we can actually try things with. So the first things first, we're gonna mark out the rough shape of our building, of our tile. Just drawing like that. So now I know the rough shape of this hill, but I also want to mark a few more things. I know that playing Ymborg, you often start in the corners, and you often start by placing a little cart. We use a sort of 2 by 1 inch cart that you place in one of the corners, and that's where you keep all your stuff, and that's where you put your loot. So you need one of these. You also need some space to have a member standing right next to it, putting things in the cart. So we need at least, I would say that you need at least 2 corners on each tile that has a free corner. And this one, since the rough outline is over here, it's not gonna fit perhaps this way, and this guy here as well. And I will draw a double line. This is reserved space. I'm not sure about that one yet. And then we get to the fun part. Just, you know, gluing stuff on there. This is great. I've now glued the basics of both the largest tiles, and we can immediately see that this won't add up. I want to be able to store these as a sandwich, kind of like this. But you can clearly tell that this doesn't add up. And originally this was intended to be something even larger, like this, with some little thing on top. Obviously that can't be, because I want to keep this one. So I've decided this part needs to go. This kind of stuff is so much easier to do when you dry fit it rather than measure things. So you just take a little trusty marker. Yes, something like this. This area needs to be free. It doesn't need to go all the way down, but this stuff needs to go also on that side as well. Now we just cut and make something else out of that area. This process is pretty simple. You dry fit, and then you mark with your little marker. You cut your stuff, then you test it in place. If it doesn't work, go back to step 1. If it does work, glue it. Then you just continue and continue. And I mean, even if you glue it and it doesn't really work when you dry fit something else, you know, you just start all over. Dry fit, mark, cut, test, and glue. Greetings. After a full day of gluing, or at least a few times of gluing during a full day, there are constant interruptions, but such is life. I've drawn 4 conclusions here. The first one is that you should really clean up as you go. I mean, cutting cardboard, things get really messy after a while, especially if you're not careful like I am here, and that's kind of a point of doing that. What I do find out is that, well, you clean up all the time, like as you go, but when you want to do stuff like this, you want to have a lot of the spare bits. Like a lot of this stuff is actually just, you know, the scrap bits from something else. So what I'm doing is that I put all the scrap bits in a little box here, like the quality ones, and other ones I just throw away. So that's a little tip. To have a separate area for good trash and a separate area for bad trash. The second one is the glue. I have no idea why I didn't do this in the beginning. I mean, I've done it before and I will do it again. Instead of just, you know, like I did first, I glued and then I took some water and diluted it. I've done that on larger pieces, but and you know, when I just do like one little thing. But it's better just to like put some PVA glue in a glass like this, and then you put some water in there and you will have a pre-made mix. You can just swipe on anything and it's so much easier. As said, I don't know why I didn't do that in the beginning. But anyway, if you're gonna do this, do that one instead. Then was the pre-warp. This one, the one that I did the trick there, like applying PVA glue so it warped. It's kind of annoying because you have to have a lot of pressure on this one just to stay flat, and when you glue stuff on there, it's gonna be. It was hard to getting it straight onto the surface here. I think I failed pretty much, but yeah, such is life. As soon as you just touch one of these, as it's curved upwards, they slide around, and yeah, it was really bad. I mean, not really bad, but it was annoying. So I saw that these ones bend a little bit now when I put PVA glue on top here, but I think it's better to do it like this way. You put stuff on there and then you apply PVA glue on the backside instead. Much better. And then the fourth one, yes, kill your darlings. Perhaps not kill your darlings, but you know the expression. I'm not gonna kill anyone, but when you have some things it doesn't work out, you have to sacrifice something. In this case it was the 2 things not adding up together, and I had to sacrifice one of them, so I did. And that's, I mean, that is a part of what I'm doing this in this cardboard manner, because you just do stuff, and if it doesn't work, this one didn't work, I couldn't have those 2 together if I wanted to achieve another goal, so I had to select one goal, and I went for the storage. But that's the stuff you find out when you do stuff and you have it in reality and you can test it. So that's great. So the basic volume is there. I'll see what I will do next. I'll see you there.